heading home after work, just as I was riding my electric scooter close to home. Stop! A female officer stopped me. The one who stopped me was my childhood sweetheart, whom I had not seen in years. When she saw that I did not recognize her, she got a mischievous idea and deliberately teased me. Sir, why are you riding without a helmet? So many people along the way are not wearing helmets. Why stop me? Because you are unlucky. The female officer on duty beside her heard that and nearly burst from holding in her laughter. She wanted to laugh but did not dare make a sound. I lifted my chin and gave her a professional smile. Then, officer, I will pay the fine, all right. No need. Scan this and register your name and identification number. First offense, no fine. Do it again, and it will cost you. The moment I heard there was no fine, some of the anger in my chest faded. Luckily, I had always obeyed the law. It was the first time I had ever been caught red-handed. Officer, you are still working at night? Sir, if you had worn your helmet properly, you would never have run into me. Her words left me choking on my anger, and I nearly could not catch my breath. After filling out the form, I resentfully tossed my phone in front of her. That is good enough now, right? All right, you can go. Jiang ignored my storm cloud expression. Wait, I was just about to get back on my scooter. What now? Put your helmet on. Jiang kindly pointed to the helmet in my basket. Otherwise, my colleagues will stop you at the next turn. Thank you so very much, officer. I pulled the helmet from the basket and slapped it carelessly onto my head. Sir, there is one more thing I need to remind you. A bizarre patient had already left me furious tonight, and now this sharp-tongued officer was lecturing me too. I shot her a glare, but I was the one who had broken the rules. I could not voice my anger, so I could only listen obediently. It is best not to wear earphones while writing. If you had been wearing earphones just now and failed to hear my colleague call you, you could have been charged with disobeying instructions as well. I give up. I really give up. In nearly 30 years of life, I had never met such an irritating officer. Thank you for the reminder, officer. I ripped out my earphones and stuffed them into my bag, then sharply twisted the handlebars and sped away. Behind me, Jiang watched my retreating figure. Her red lips curved slightly. Captain Jiang, we just received a report. There has been a car accident on Yongqing Road. Got it. Let us go. When I got home, my parents were still awake. I was changing my shoes in the entryway when Dad glanced at me and said, A-chen, you are back. I am back. I weakly started toward my bedroom. My precious son, why do you look so pale today? Was the hospital too busy? Should Mom make you something to eat? I am fine. I was still stewing over that demon officer from earlier. I could not let it go, and I was in a terrible mood. I just ran into a huge idiot on my way home. My parents looked completely bewildered. Do not go to your room yet. Sit down, sit down. Your mother, and I have something to tell you. Mom, Dad, what is it? Have some fruit. We can talk while we eat. Dad's old classmate from when you were little. Uncle Jiang and his family. Do you remember them? The family from the old neighborhood, whose daughter used to play with me when we were kids. Little Bean Bun's family. What Little Bean Bun? You gave her a nickname. Dad, didn't you think she was fair and chubby, like a little steamed bun? She is a traffic cop now. Quite impressive, too. I looked utterly unconvinced. My memories of her were still stuck in the old neighborhood, as that plump, round little girl who looked like a New Year painting doll. Jiang trailing behind me and calling me big brother. Later, the old neighborhood was redeveloped, and our families went separate ways. Our parents still kept in touch, but I did not have a phone back then, and I was busy with school. Gradually, I lost touch with Jiang. It had been more than 10 years since we last met. I had long forgotten what she looked like now. Exactly, a-chen. Jiang is beautiful now. Just think, Aunt Jiang is a model. How could her genes be bad? I curled my lip. After meeting that sharp-tongued traffic cop tonight, I had absolutely no interest in pretty women. Still, I caught the key detail. Dad, you said Little Bean Bun is a traffic cop. Yes, she has the same rotten temper as you. Stubborn as a mule. She turned her back on her family's comfortable life to do that hard, exhausting work instead. I did not want Dad lecturing me about my job, so I quickly changed the subject. So, you are having dinner with their family in a few days? Not in a few days. Aren't you working the day shift tomorrow? Go straight to the restaurant after work. Uncle Jiang was just transferred back to Fuyun from out of town. He is planning to settle down here. That is why your dad suggested both families get together. I did not mind, but I was curious what Jiang had become. From my parents' tone, they were practically singing her praises. Then I will try to get off work early tomorrow. I stretched and stood up. Mom, Dad, I am exhausted today. I am going to bed. Go on. Get some good rest. The next day, before work, I picked up my beloved car from the dealership. After a full service, my Audi looked brand new again. With music playing, I happily drove to the hospital. I would never have to ride a shared bike again, or get stopped by a traffic cop. One word, awesome. I silently swore that from now on, I would obey traffic laws and take good care of my car. When I got out, I could not stop myself from stroking my precious car door again and again. All of this was witnessed by Jiang, who was escorting a driver suspected of drunk driving to the hospital for an examination. She had been in a hurry and had not noticed me, but my little blue car stood out far too much among all the black cars. Sunlight gleamed off its shiny surface, making her glance over despite herself. I locked the car, humming a tune, then leisurely headed into the hospital. Jiang let out a soft laugh. Zhou Sheng looked around curiously. Jiang, what are you looking at? Nothing. Come on, time is precious. You got it. Zhou Sheng readily agreed. She glanced at me. On the department sign over there, the words emergency surgery stood out clearly. Who would have thought? A-chen was already an emergency doctor. Captain Jiang, your eyes keep wandering today. Why are you always looking around? Zhou Sheng started rambling beside her again. Quiet. We are on duty. The two accompanied the offending driver through his examination. The assessment results came out quickly. Jiang stamped the medical report and handed the documents to another colleague. Once everything was handled, the traffic police had nothing more to do. Jiang stepped into the elevator. Just as the doors were about to close, an anxious male voice called out, "Hold the door, hold the door." Jiang instinctively pressed the open door button. Outside the elevator, I was in a white coat, running over with an armful of sterile supplies. Thanks. I squeezed into the elevator, thanking her between breaths. I looked up to see who the kind person was. Why was it her? Officer, are you here to see a doctor too? Jiang slowly moved her gaze from my face and stared at the descending floor numbers. Have you ever seen someone come for treatment in a police uniform? No, never. Then I said, oh, I get it. You must have been hurt arresting a criminal and did not have time to change. I am a traffic officer, not a detective. Only then did I realize how stupid that sounded. I wanted to vanish on the spot. Why on earth was I talking to that self-important traffic cop? Had my brain been slammed in a door? Sorry. I got up too fast this morning, so my brain is not working right. It is fine. It is fine if you misunderstand me. Just do not misdiagnose me. How dare she question my professional ability? But before I could retort, the elevator dinged, arriving at the first floor. The crowd shoved me straight out. Amid the chaos, I vaguely heard Jiang say, "Pretty stylish car. Be sure to follow traffic rules." What did she mean? She saw me this morning. She was mocking me. I stood there, watching Jiang's retreating figure. I gritted my teeth and said, "You think being a traffic cop makes you so special? I am a good, law-abiding citizen too, okay? You caught me once, but I do not believe you can catch me a second time. Just wait and see. I will remember this. If Jiang ever ends up in our emergency department while on a call, I will make sure to take very good care of her." After leaving the hospital, Jiang drove Zhou Sheng back to the station. Zhou Sheng looked like she wanted to say something. Say what you want to say. Zhou Sheng immediately sat up straight. Report, Captain Jiang. Do you have something going on with that doctor? Which doctor? The one you stopped yesterday. He and the doctor from the elevator just now. Are they not the same person? With my years of experience as a traffic cop, there is no way I got it wrong, especially when he is that handsome. I have never seen such a handsome doctor. He is my childhood sweetheart. What? Who are you trying to fool? He clearly does not recognize you. Tell me, did you fall for him at first sight? Are you trying to make a move on him? The light ahead turned red. Jiang hit the brakes, shooting Zhou Sheng a frosty glare. Frightened, Zhou Sheng shrank toward the window. We have not seen each other in years. Is it not normal that he does not recognize me? Then how did you recognize him? Jiang, your intentions are not so innocent. You sure know a lot, kid. You are already trying to read my mind. I would not dare. If you do not want to talk about it, forget it. I was only asking. It is not a secret. A shy flush touched Jiang's face. I like him. What? Captain Jiang, the workaholic, actually likes someone. Captain Jiang, now that I have heard such a huge secret, you are not going to silence me, are you? If I had known it would be this shocking, I would have prepared myself before asking. Is that really how you see me? No, no, no. You are the model officer of our traffic police unit. All right, you have asked your questions. Get back to the station and do your job. I guarantee the mission will be completed. After work that evening, I followed the restaurant location my mother sent me and drove over early. After entering the restaurant, a server led me toward the private room, but not far ahead. A familiar figure flashed before my eyes. I rubbed my eyes, thinking I had mistaken what I saw. That woman. Why did she look so much like that traffic cop? I was completely baffled. What kind of bad luck had I run into these past 2 days? How did I keep running into her everywhere? Even worse, I watched her walk into private room 208. My feet froze instantly. Sir, is something wrong? I instinctively swallowed. You only have one private room 208, right? Of course. We do not have an A section or B section here. There is only one. I was completely dumbfounded. Standing outside the private room, I kept reassuring myself. Maybe I had seen wrong. Maybe she was some relative of Uncle Jiang's. I stood in the doorway. The 5 people inside were all in view. Besides my parents and Uncle Jiang, there were Aunt Jiang and that young woman, Uncle Annie. Sorry, I am late. Jiang was the only one I did not greet. You are not late. Come, sit down. We know you two are busy with work. It is not easy for you to find time for a meal together. I looked around and found the only empty seat was beside Jiang. I had no choice but to sit beside her. My mother introduced her with a smile. A-chen, this is Jiang. Do you not recognize her? Uncle Jiang chimed in with a smile. Wan changed beyond recognition as she grew up. She is completely different now. But a-chen has always been so sharp and spirited. I did not hear a word they said. I only caught one crucial detail. The woman before me was the Jiang's daughter, Jiang, my childhood friend who had vanished from my life after middle school. I drew a deep breath. You are little dumpling? Jiang finally looked at me. A faint smile played on her lips. It has been a long time, a-chen. My heart skipped a beat. I stared straight at her face. She looked just like she had that night. Still as beautiful as ever. But in that dress, she seemed a little more gentle. This was one hell of a transformation. Had she somehow taken over that chubby little girl's body? If she had not said so, I never would have recognized her as Jiang. My mother teased me with a smile. Ha, a-chen. Why are you staring like a fool? Mom did not lie to you, did she? Wan has grown up. She has become more beautiful, right? I gave a light cough, trying to hide my embarrassment, while the elders poured drinks and exchanged pleasantries. You really are little dumpling. The real deal. That day on the road, when you pulled me over, you had already recognized me. I knew it was you all along. So, you did it on purpose. You even said I was unlucky, and mocked my driving skills. That was too much. I am your big brother. You would never have treated me like this when you were little. Big brother? A-chen, you are only a few minutes older than me. A few minutes still counts. Come on, call me big brother. Let me hear it. Jiang poured me a glass of juice. Have some peach juice. It will keep your mouth shut. Little dumpling was not cute at all anymore. What was I going to do? I really wanted to pinch her cheeks. My father noticed the two of us, whispering to each other the whole time. What are you two talking about? You seem so happy. Share it with us too. Uncle, I was telling a-chen about our childhood. When we were kids in the compound, Wan and a-chen were inseparable. Everyone used to say, your personality suited each other best. A-chen was always mischievous, and though Wan was gentle, she could always keep a-chen in line. This girl was so soft and chubby as a child. She is nothing like that adorable little girl now. Jiang shot me a coy glare. You know what? When the old family compound was demolished, and we stopped living together, Wan kept saying how much she missed a-chen. Is that right? Right, sweetheart. Jiang admitted it openly. Yes, Brother a-chen always protected me when we were little. How could I ever forget that? I had been sipping peach juice beside her, but when I heard her call me Brother a-chen, I nearly sprayed my drink everywhere. What happened? Did you choke? Why are you still so clumsy after growing up? Ha ha ha. Everyone at the table listened to us bicker and laughed. Soon, all the dishes were served. I looked over the table. Every dish was one of my favorites. Come on, dig in. As the host of the gathering, Uncle Jiang urged everyone to start eating. A-chen, give it a try. I remember you loved these dishes as a child. Thank you, Uncle. I picked up a nearby golden thread shrimp ball and tasted it carefully. You have excellent taste in food, Uncle. It is really delicious. Then eat more. The more Uncle Jiang looked at me, the more he liked me. Wan, you should eat too. The parents chatted happily nearby. I was about to catch up with Jiang too, but Jiang spoke first. How did you end up becoming a doctor? When we were kids, you used to say in class that your dream was to become a star. I said that. Back then, you wanted to be a star. So, when we performed a play, you insisted on playing the prince. That would have been one thing. But you also insisted I play your princess. I gave an awkward laugh. Can we please stop bringing up that embarrassing history? I was just a kid. I did not know any better. Now I am a doctor who saves lives. Do not look down on me. I know you must be good at what you do. After all, the emergency department demands quick thinking. Brother a-chen must be exceptional. That one sentence completely short-circuited my brain. Inside, I was over the moon, but my face remained perfectly calm. Good. Otherwise, if you ever come to the emergency room, I might abuse my position to get even. I am sure you would not. I have noticed something. After trying every dish, a-chen still favors these braised pork ribs most. Looking at the rib that suddenly appeared on my plate. Did you poison this piece of meat? Jiang's little face puffed up with anger. Yes, I poisoned it. Then Jiang calmly put the meat into her mouth. I was eating with great enjoyment when Mother Jiang suddenly called to me. A-chen, you do not have a girlfriend yet, do you? No, Annie. I have been busy with work. I have not thought about dating yet. I understand. Young people these days put their careers first. Our Wan is the same. She has never dated either. I froze for a moment. No way. With her family background, her looks, and her career, I could not help glancing sideways at Jiang again. Little Dumpling had truly become a big dumpling. No. Even calling her dumpling no longer did her justice. She was now too beautiful to be compared to food. These have not seen each other in so many years, yet they still get along so well. Exactly. A-chen, what kind of girl do you like? As for that question, I had never really thought about it. As long as she is a good person, that is enough. I could not exactly say I liked women with great figures, pretty faces, and beautiful voices. They would think I was a pervert. Then our Wan fits that description rather well. Uncle Jiang paused thoughtfully. Then Wan fits that description quite well. Haha, she may not smile much, but she is just putting on a cool act. She is actually very warm-hearted. Jiang looked at my teasing smile and sighed helplessly. Dad, Uncle he. Seriously, if these two kids get married, our family will treat a-chen like royalty. If he wants the moon, we will not try to fob him off with stars. Marriage is not for me to decide. It depends on what the kids want. Do you think I would not want Wan to marry into our family? The moment those words were spoken, for pairs of eyes turned toward Jiang and me. I was dumbfounded. What was going on? How had this suddenly turned into them matchmaking Jiang and me? And my parents looked incredibly pleased with Jiang. What was this? Were they trying to make me get married overnight? This was not a family dinner at all. It was a full-blown ambush. Mom, Dad, what are you saying? Look at me. I am getting ahead of myself. A-chen, please do not take it to heart. Whatever you and Wan want is up to you. If neither of you is someone you like, maybe consider someone close by. Our families could become even closer. Then we could see each other more often. To spare us both any further embarrassment, I took the initiative to state my position. I will make a point of seeing little Dumpling, Wan more often. Seeing that I did not object, everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. The meal was soon over. Of the 6 of us, I was the only one who had not been drinking because I drove. A-chen, take Wan home. She drank quite a bit tonight. I would worry about her going home alone. My father gave me a meaningful wink. I stopped resisting. Uncle Annie, do you live with Wan? I can drive you home too. Oh, we do not live with her. She bought an apartment downtown not long ago. It is on a high floor with a wonderful view. A-chen, just take one home. Your uncle and I want to take a stroll. It is nice and cool tonight. All this time, Jiang had stood quietly beside me. Come on, get in. Can I sit in the front passenger seat? Of course you can. My passenger seat is not reserved for a girlfriend. Jiang got in. Then if I become your girlfriend, could I sit here without feeling guilty about it? I did not answer. I merely gave her a meaningful look. Then I got into the driver's seat. For some reason, with that traffic cop beside me, I suddenly felt as nervous as if I were taking my driving test. Are you taking your road test? Why are you being so meticulous? Do not underestimate me. I passed every stage on the first try. Is that so? Then why, when you were turning left, did you signal right? Oh, come on. Why do I always make a fool of myself in front of Jiang? My hand shook. I hit the wrong signal by accident. Where do you live? At Jinshan Courtyard. It is the one across the river. Alright, I know where it is. The car fell silent again. Though I tried to focus on the road ahead, I kept catching the scent on her. A faint perfume mingled with the smell of alcohol. I could not help stealing glances at her. To lighten the mood, I turned on some music. Jiang was probably a little tired. She curled up against the seat back. A soft, tender melody began to play. Then I heard her singing softly beside me. My eyes widened for a moment. Jiang already had a beautiful voice. With the faint haze of alcohol, it carried an indescribable quality, blended with the music from the car speakers. It made my heart pound beyond control. My fingers slowly tightened, clamping hard around the steering wheel. A-chen, you did not have to fall for her this fast. You really are a sucker for a pretty face. Another red light. Jiang watched me shake my head hard, then pat my own cheeks. Jiang could not hold back her laughter. Hearing her laugh, I immediately sat up straight in alarm. What are you laughing at? Nothing. I just suddenly thought of something funny. I sighed in relief, as long as she was not laughing at me. Before long, the car entered her residential complex. Turn right, the 5th building, at the very end. Following her directions. This time, I finally did not use the wrong turn signal. I smoothly parked beneath her building entrance. Why did this song suddenly not sound as good? Was it because Jiang was no longer singing along? No. Jiang is like a little sister. She is little dumpling. I should not go there. This is as far as I will take you. Mission accomplished. I got Officer Jiang home safely. Jiang turned to look at me. For a long moment, she did not move. I blinked, puzzled. What is it? You are home. Why are you not getting out? A-chen. Yeah. What is it? This might sound a little abrupt. My sixth sense told me. Jiang was probably about to say something astonishing. Sure enough, the next second, she lifted her head again. I fell straight into those dazzling eyes. A-chen, should we get married? That sentence completely fried my brain. I stared at Jiang in disbelief, at her attempt to remain cool and composed despite her blushing face. I swallowed hard. Jiang, I have always thought of you as my little sister. Jiang was stunning now, but for the moment, I still could not accept such a drastic shift in our relationship. My words, I only see you as a little sister, left Jiang looking her. Ever since I was little, what I hated most was the age gap between a-chen and me. From my earliest memories until we were separated, I could only ever call him brother. It was not that I did not want to call him that, but I did not want things to stop there. A-chen and I were childhood rivals who loved to bicker, and childhood sweethearts, but that is no longer enough for me. Someone used to get bullied by me as a child, and said he hated me most of all. Now that you've grown up, do you like me, big brother? Does it matter whether I like you? Brother. The moment she said those words, the hairs on my body stood on end. A suspicious blush crept up my ears. Jiang, are you drunk? I am perfectly sober. It was only 2 glasses of liquor. That would never knock me out, especially not at our first meal after reuniting. I would never let myself get drunk. Jiang, we have not seen each other in over 10 years. Yes, I have a bad temper. You know that. Yes, I used to pick on you every day. You do not think that just because I grew up, I became calm and mature, do you? What was wrong with her? Could she really not hear what I meant? Can she not hear what I am really saying? So, you do not need to treat those offhand remarks at dinner as some kind of duty. You would not want to marry a husband who is not grown up either. A-chen, do you remember what I do for a living? Was this really the time to discuss careers? Besides, she ticketed me for riding without a helmet and implied my driving was terrible. How could I forget? Of course, you are a traffic cop, Officer Hat. Officer Jiang. MMHM, then what is a traffic cop best at? Solving problems for the public, of course. Everyone knows to go to the police when they are in trouble. What a stupid question. Why was Jiang asking such a stupid question? Wait, you tricked me. I did not. You said it yourself. I am best at solving problems. Girls really do get sly when they grow up. So, a-chen, I do not mind marrying a husband who will cause me plenty of trouble. Besides, back in our old neighborhood, whenever we played house, you were always the father, and I was the mother. That was clearly because we were the only two kids our age in the neighborhood. Even the two dogs at the gate had to play our children. And you said that if I could not get married someday, I could marry you. Can I take that back? That was because Jiang used to be so adorably chubby. I was afraid she would grow up still chubby and be looked down on. But looking at her now, and she had the nerve to say nobody would marry her. Even so, for some reason, I found myself tempted. Marrying Jiang might actually be nice. My parents thought highly of Jiang too, and I would not have to worry about blind dates. Most importantly, Jiang was exactly my definition of beautiful. The more I thought about it, the two of us seemed like a good match. With that thought, Jiang, are you off on Saturday? That was a rather abrupt change of subject. I have to work overtime Saturday. I probably will not have time. What about Sunday? I am free Sunday. Jiang withdrew her hand and put a little distance between us. What do you have planned? I did not tell her directly. I only said, you should head inside first. I will come see you on Sunday. Jiang let out an almost inaudible sigh. All right, then I will go. She was about to open the car door when she suddenly turned back. A-chen, let us exchange contact information. Oh, okay. Message me when you get home. Be safe. Drive slowly. Okay, I am leaving. I stepped on the gas and drove away. I could not help glancing at her again in the rearview mirror. She stood there, slender and graceful, watching my car disappear into the distance. Gradually, she vanished into the night. When I got home, Mom was waiting on the couch. A-chen, you are back. What took you so long? Did you and Wan go off somewhere to have fun again? No. We talked for a while downstairs at her place. What did you talk about? How was it? Did you have a good time? I did. Mom, Dad, you are really happy with Jiang, right? What does it matter whether we approve? Dad took a sip of water beside us. You are a grown man. Yet you will not even date anyone. We only gave you our opinion. Hearing that, I became even more certain of my choice. I had been a little hesitant. After all, there was no one I liked. When I was with Jiang, I could at least feel a little flutter in my heart. Maybe she really was just that charming. Mom, Dad, on my day off, I am going to register our marriage. Mom and Dad exchanged stunned looks. There is no need to rush into it so suddenly. His temperature is normal. The boy does not have a fever. A-chen, we want you to date. But you do not need to go straight to marriage. Mom, Dad, hear me out. I am a doctor, and she is a police officer. We are both so busy. How would we find time to date? Lots of people get married quickly these days. We might as well follow the trend. We can just get married and be done with it. And it is not just my idea. Jiang was probably thinking the same thing today. Once we are married, we will live together every day. Feelings will grow over time. That would put both your minds at ease, too. Everybody wins. The more I thought about it, the more I felt that marrying Jiang would be good for everyone. All right. Dad was thoroughly bewildered by my argument. In the end, he also felt that there was nothing strange about young people marrying in a hurry. Besides, he really did like Jiang. The household registry book is in the TV cabinet. Dad gestured toward me with his eyes. You are grown up now. Your decisions are your own. Your mother and I will not interfere too much. We can only help you choose the right person. But you must walk your own path. I understand, Dad. Do not worry. I am heading to my room. You two should get some rest. Saturday night. Jiang had just gotten home when she received my message. Are you off work? I just got home and am eating. And you? I got held up at work today. I am still at the hospital. Jiang paused with her chopsticks. Then she asked, have you eaten? I had instant noodles. But that is not important. I wanted to ask if you would marry me. After I sent the message, Jiang did not reply again. I stared at my phone screen, as if I could bore a hole through it. Wait, what is going on with Jiang? She vanishes at a moment like this. Does she not want to get married? Was she joking that day? After more than 10 minutes without a reply, I could not sit still. She could not have deleted me, could she? Thinking that, I opened her money transfer page. Thankfully, she had not deleted me. Maybe she had gone off to do something else. Before I knew it, another hour had passed. The doctor taking over my shift had already arrived. I glanced at my phone. There was not a single message. Was it too late to unsend that message? Why did it feel like I was desperately pressuring her to marry me? Come in. My smile froze. It was Jiang. You. Why are you here? I thought she did not want to talk to me. Why was she in the emergency department? How long until you get off work? Am I interrupting your work? Not at all. I am just about to get off work. I did not know you were coming. You. Why did you not reply to my message? But when the words reached my lips, I did not say them. Jiang walked over to my desk and set down the insulated lunchbox in her hands. A-chen, I did not mean to ignore your message. I thought a question like that deserved an answer in person. When I got your message, I made you a meal and hurried over. After Jiang spoke those words so gently, my heart began racing again for no reason. Forget it. There is a chair over there. Sit for a while. You are not mad at me anymore, right? I would not hold a grudge against a little girl. After all, I am older than you. An older brother should act like one. Fine, little sister it is. As long as we get married, we will have plenty of time afterward. What on earth did Jiang make? It smells incredible. Compared to the instant noodles I had tonight, it was in a completely different league. The beef was silky and tender, coated in rich sauce. With rice, it was pure heaven. Open up. I can eat by myself. Jiang casually looked around my office. The half-eaten cup of instant noodles had been carelessly tossed aside. Eat fewer instant noodles from now on. When I am busy, I really do not have time for a proper meal. But, did you make this? It is so good. If you like it, I will make it for you every day once we are home. What else do you want to eat? Whenever I have time, I will bring it to the hospital. You do not have to go to all that trouble. You are much busier than I am. How did you get here? Did you drive? Do you want me to drive you home? I drove here. You do not need to take me home. I have things to do tomorrow. But I can follow behind you in my car to make sure you get home. Do you really think my driving is that bad? Are you afraid I will crash into a tree? So, you can be first on the scene when it happens. What kind of logic was that? Lost in our own thoughts, we left the hospital. We got into our separate cars. By then, there were few people left on the city streets at night. We drove one behind the other, keeping just the right distance between us. 20 minutes later, I turned into my apartment complex and parked. Jiang turned off her engine too. I still need to stop by the station later. I will come downstairs to your place tomorrow morning. No objections? Then I will see you tomorrow. Remember to dress up nicely. I do not want ugly wedding photos. Got it. Go on. Why, you will not regret this after tonight, will you? If you tell me now, there is still time. We can still be friends. A-chen. Every choice I have made in my life has been carefully considered. And do you not think it is pretty cool for childhood sweethearts to suddenly get married? Yes, it is really cool, little bean. Jiang had looked so earnest, but my words made her cheeks puff up in annoyance. I could not resist. I pinched her cheek, then turned and ran. Jiang watched me flee in embarrassment and let out a soft laugh. The next day, Jiang drove to my building early in the morning. When I came downstairs, Jiang was standing beneath the shade of a tree, quietly watching the entrance to my building. Am I late? You have been waiting a long time, have you not? Not long. I just got here too. I brought my household registration booklet and ID card. Of course, did you think I would run away halfway there? I was worried you would not want to marry me. How could that be? As for marrying Jiang, it was good for her, good for me, good for everyone. I had nothing left to agonize over. The roads were clear all the way, and we soon arrived at the marriage registry office. Little Bean, are you nervous? Jiang looked confused. A little, actually. But I am more excited than nervous. A staff member handed us the forms. I immediately signed in a bold, sweeping hand, writing my own name. Then I turned to Jiang. She was writing hers with great care. After we signed, we went to have our photo taken. I edged a little closer to Jiang, but did not dare get too close. Why are you sitting so far away from me? Are you unhappy with me? Or do I still feel like a stranger? I am just not used to this yet. Jiang seemed to understand what I was thinking. She took the initiative and linked her arm through mine. My breathing caught for a moment. Very good, very good. Hold that pose. Groom, smile. Think of something happy. I cannot think of anything happy. Right now, all I can think about is work. That is not quite right. Take a cue from your wife. Her smile is so natural. Come on, one more. If he were not marrying me, I would have thought he'd won 5 million. I straightened my back and copied his smile. The final shot captured us at our most perfectly matched moment. That is more like it. Such a handsome groom and beautiful bride. You two are a perfect match. When the marriage certificates were placed in our hands, it finally felt real. Get in. I will take you out for a proper meal. I cut in. Quick interview. How do you feel on your first day as a newlywed? Jiang thought for a moment, then she took my hand and pressed it to her cheek. It feels a little warm. That is exactly how I feel. Once we were back in the car, I was still a little dazed. Jiang just flirted with me, did she not? Jiang asked with a smile. You are staring at me so intensely. I will think you want to eat me alive. Hello, Captain Jiang. Something urgent just came up at the station. They need you to come back and hold a meeting. Got it. I am on my way. All right, Captain Jiang. We will wait for you. Go to work. I will go home and eat with my family. I am sorry. This came up so suddenly. It is okay. I work overtime all the time too. Neither of us gets to criticize the other. The moment I got home, I received a message from Jiang. A-chen, pack your things. I will pick you up when my meeting is over. Mom was surprised to see me home so early. Why are you back so soon? Where is Wan? Something urgent came up. She went to work. I handed my mother our marriage certificate. Now you and Dad can rest easy. Honey, come take a look. Your son's marriage photo is gorgeous. He and Wan are a match made in heaven. Dad leaned closer for a better look. He even put on his glasses. It is not quite as good as our photos when we were young, but it is still very good. Dad, could you not praise me for once? Are you moving out tonight? To live with Wan? Mom, Dad. If you cannot bear to let me go, I do not have to move in with her. Jiang does not mind either way. What nonsense. How can a married couple live apart? You cannot bully her every day like you did when you were kids. Does Wan know about that? She is a police officer now. How could I possibly bully her? Do not worry. I will go upstairs and pack. You do not need to pack. Your father and I already packed for you. Everything you need is in there. As for larger items, the two of you can buy them together when you go shopping. Mom, Dad, are you really that eager to get rid of me? I only got married. Is that really such a big deal? Get going already. Stop putting on this act. Your place is only a few miles from ours. You can come home every day if you want. But when you come, you have to bring my daughter-in-law. I will leave when she gets off work and comes for me. Mom spoke earnestly, patting my shoulder. A-chen, now that you and Wan are married, whether it was a whirlwind marriage or not, she is your wife. You need to learn to understand each other. That is how you build a good home together. Do you understand? Wan is a good person, there is no doubt about that. But feelings must be nurtured by two people together. Her words went in one ear and out the other. Why did I suddenly feel as if the future was uncertain? When Jiang entered the meeting room, everyone froze for a moment. Captain Jiang, why do you look so beautiful today? Do you have a date or something? Jiang, meanwhile, seemed completely unaware of everyone's stares. She casually flipped through the documents, then began the meeting. The meeting did not last long. Following orders from above, she assigned next week's tasks. After Jiang gave the final assignment, she closed her folder and stood. All right. Thank you for coming in on the weekend. Meeting adjourned. Everyone's phones chimed at once. It was from the group chat. Jiang had sent a cash gift. Captain Jiang, can all of us claim this? Go ahead and claim it. There is enough for everyone. They had worked together for years, so no one stood on ceremony with her. What is the occasion today? Did you strike it rich? I got married. This is a little cash gift for everyone. No wonder Captain Jiang is dressed up today. We never even heard she had a boyfriend. She turned down every blind date we set her up on. Congratulations, Captain Jiang. When is the wedding reception? This is so sudden. Thank you. We will talk about it later. So it was a whirlwind marriage. 1111. You got married and did not even tell me. That is so unfair. Did I not just tell you? How am I the same as them? I was the first person here to get to know you. We are best friends who have been through life and death together. Fine. When we have the wedding, I will reserve a table just for you. Do I know your husband? You know him. Who is it? That doctor from the elevator the other day. That is incredible. Boss, can you teach me? How, in just 2 days, you made him fall for you? Want to learn? I do. I am 26 already, and I have never even held a man's hand. Jiang beckoned, gesturing for Zhou Sheng to come closer. Zhou Sheng hurried over. It is a secret. Then she got in her car and drove away. What kind of best friend are you? And you are my captain, too. How could you keep something like this from me? When she came to pick me up, Jiang was invited upstairs for dinner. After dinner, I wheeled my suitcase home with Jiang. Are you tired? Give me your things. Go get some rest. After a moment, I was about to ask, when I noticed the matching slippers on Jiang's feet. Only hers had little kittens on them. I never thought she liked such childish designs. I did not dwell on it. I looked around awkwardly. Are we sleeping together? What? Did you want to? If you want to sleep together, then we will. It is not against the law. Jiang lowered her gaze, forcing down the smile at her lips, and led me into the bedroom. It really was not against the law. I silently followed behind her, frantically trying to prepare myself. Sleeping together would not be so bad. At worst, we could each take half the bed. What could a little girl like her possibly do to me? I hurriedly caught her arm. We were standing very close. The air suddenly went quiet. My heart beat a little faster, and there was that intoxicatingly lovely scent. Are we really going to live together, big brother? My blood seemed to rush backward in an instant. I tried to change the subject. What perfume are you wearing? It smells pretty nice. Jiang chuckled softly. This one? She moved a little closer. Now I could smell it more clearly. It is Fifth Avenue. Jiang stepped back. She pushed open the bedroom door. You can have the master bedroom. I will take the guest room. With that, Jiang turned and went into the other room. I took a deep breath before peeking into the bedroom. It was decorated in warm tones. The sheets were brand new, too. There was even a bookshelf filled with books I liked. Did you buy all this for me? I went shopping a couple of days ago. I thought you might like these. So I bought them all. Thank you. I love everything. But did you get this teddy bear too? It looks a lot like you did as a child. A round little dumpling. Let me help you unpack. Sure. I sat down on the floor. We each took a suitcase. The moment Jiang opened the suitcase, the clothes burst out as if they could not wait to escape. We both jumped. I looked down and saw a pair of tight swim trunks had fallen out. We were both a little embarrassed. I quickly put them away. Can someone tell me why my dear mother packed my underwear right on top? Was she really not trying to ruin me? Even the ever-composed Jiang looked a little at a loss. How about this? You unpack first. I will wait outside. Call me once you have sorted this out. Just go already. Right now, I wanted nothing more than to dig a hole and vanish into it. Jiang said nothing else. She got up and left. Thoughtfully, she even closed the door behind her. After leaving the room, Jiang hurried back to her own room and crouched against the door. Thank goodness. At least I did not give anything away in front of a-chen. By the time I had put all my clothes away, 2 hours had passed. Exhausted in body and mind, I fell backward onto the bed. I glanced at my phone. It was already past 5. Unpacking had left me drenched in sweat. I decided to take a shower. My bedroom was directly across from Jiang's. Her door was open, but she was nowhere inside. Where did she go? Did she go back to work? Why was it so quiet? I tossed my dirty clothes into the washing machine, not bothering to find out where Jiang had gone. I went into the bathroom to wash up. Jiang's home was enormous. I had not had time to look around properly, but it had to be at least 2,150 square feet. The bathroom alone was spacious. It even had a round bathtub. Curiously, I looked over the shelves. Body wash, bath bombs, shampoo, and rows of other bottles were arranged in perfect order. Girls really do have a lot of things. These had to be for everyone in the house, right? Jiang would not mind if I used some, would she? No wonder Jiang always used scented toiletries. They smelled so comforting. Maybe moving had worn me out, but as I soaked, I dozed off against the edge of the tub. Jiang had been waiting for me to finish unpacking. When she heard no movement from me, she came to my room to check on me. Then she saw the bathroom light was on, but could not hear any water. A-chen. Jiang's eyelid twitched. He did not fall asleep in the bathroom, did he? She had no choice but to knock harder. She did not dare come in uninvited, but she was worried I would catch a cold in the bath. Luckily, I was a light sleeper. Half asleep, I heard the knocking. A-chen. I'm fine. What is it? I felt the water had gone cold, and shivered. Good. I'm glad you're okay. I was worried you'd fallen asleep, and that you would catch a cold. After a brief pause, the blue towel hanging over there is new. Feel free to use it. Okay, got it. Do not soak for so long next time. The water went cold. What were you doing earlier? I did not see you when I came out. I read in the study for a while. Come here. I was still groggy. Without asking what Jiang wanted, I walked over. We sat facing each other. Jiang brought over a hairdryer and dried my hair. I can do it myself. No need. Jiang's fingers moved through my short hair. You seem too lazy to dry it yourself, so let me do it. Could she stop saying such brutally honest things? But since she had already called me out without mercy, I simply leaned back in my chair and enjoyed Captain Jiang's service without shame. Once she finished drying my hair, I stood and checked myself in the mirror. Not bad. You're good at this. Not bad, right, little dumpling? After all, I married a husband who never grew up. I have to know how to do a little of everything. I warned you before we got married. You're the one who insisted on marrying me. Jiang laughed. She raised a hand and patted my head. I did not say anything. I did not say anything. Can I look around the house? Of course. See if there is anything you do not like. We can replace it next week, when we are off. There is nothing I do not like. You have great taste. Have you read all these books? Yeah. They help pass the time when I have nothing to do. I took a gaudy novel from the shelf and held it up before her. You read this too. The one I married is my childhood sweetheart. Jiang lowered her eyes and looked closely. I like it. I could not believe it. Jiang, do not tell me it was because you read books like this that you married me? Read less of that stuff. You might turn into an idiot. With a dark expression, Jiang snatched the book away and shoved it back on the shelf. All right, I will stop. Captain Jiang is getting angry. I wonder who was reading novels in elementary school. She retorted. What I read was not a novel. I was reading comics. Jiang had no response. After wandering around the house for a while, I eventually returned to the sofa. I might as well play some games. What should I play? Honor of Kings. No wonder you never date. Games take up all your attention now. Come to think of it, I should thank you. Without you, I would have had to go on blind dates. Thank you for agreeing to marry me. Let us get along well from now on. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Did I upset her somehow? Why did her mood change so fast? Oh, good night then. Jiang paused. Then she went back to her room. Bored, I picked up my phone again. I checked the time. It was not even 8. How strange. Who goes to bed this early? The next day, I got up shortly after 6. To my surprise, Jiang was up even earlier. She was already making breakfast in the kitchen. Good morning. Is there anything I can help with? Morning. Jiang ladled the porridge from the pot. It's already done. Go wait outside for breakfast. Oh. These were all breakfasts Jiang and I often ate in school. I never expected her to remember what I like to eat. If you cook in the future, leave the cleanup to me. Or we can take turns cooking. I'm a pretty good cook too. It's fine. It's not tiring. Jiang rejected the idea without a second thought. Get some more sleep. There is a dishwasher in the kitchen. You do not need to worry about the cleanup either. I said nothing, but inwardly, I thought, was Jiang being a little too perfect? She made me feel like a useless freeloader. I'm leaving, then. Should I wait for you after work tonight? No. I do not want us driving separately again. Just eat when you get home. Do not wait up for me. I do not get off work at a fixed time. Got it. I left your key by the door. Remember to take it. I nodded. I watched Jiang leave. This was our first day of marriage, I suppose. Looking at it that way, we were not much different from roommates. It was already 8:30 when I got to the hospital. The emergency room was usually not too busy in the mornings. Hardly anyone came in all morning. During lunch break, I got a message from my best friend, a-chen. I ran into an absolute knockout. What's wrong, a-ji? Trouble at work. It's not work. I got scolded by this gorgeous officer while I was out on a shoot today. What for? Did you run a red light? No. She was directing traffic, and I only rolled down my window for some air. Then she caught me without my seat belt on. Well, she was just doing her job. All right, it's fine. I know it was my fault, but that officer was incredibly beautiful. Getting lectured by her still stung a little. Why did I not remember to wear my seat belt? She must think terribly of me now. Guanji abruptly changed the subject. Oh, right, a-chen. You said you got married on a whim recently. To your childhood sweetheart. That gorgeous officer who stopped me. Her colleagues all called her Captain Jiang. The moment I saw Captain Jiang, the smile on my face froze. I hurriedly messaged him, asking Guanji out for barbecue, so I could explain to him in person how the whole thing had happened. That evening, I drove to the photography studio Guanji ran. When dinner time came, we headed straight for our usual barbecue place. You rushed to invite me to dinner. You are not asking me for a favor, are you? You had not seen Jiang for over a decade. How did you suddenly decide to register your marriage? I shrugged. Our parents on both sides talked it over and agreed, and neither of us had time to date slowly. We did not have time to slowly build romantic chemistry, so we figured we would just live together. So, you two had no feelings for each other before the wedding? Were you not worried you might be incompatible? Nobody is perfect. But after living together, she is actually pretty great. Every day at home, she leaves warm meals ready for me. I went on to tell him about the time I rode my scooter without a helmet, and Jiang recognized me, then deliberately stopped me to give me a hard time. She is stunning, but her tongue is razor sharp. Only you could put up with that venomous captain. After dinner, we wandered around for a while. It was past midnight by the time I got home. I pulled out my phone, only to find it had died long ago. I took out my key and opened the door. The apartment was pitch black. The entire building had unexpectedly lost power. I felt my way toward the bedroom to find a power bank. Just as I reached the bed, a faint rustling suddenly came from the corner. My heart lurched. I hurled what I was holding toward the sound. An unidentified flying creature suddenly swooped at me. I bolted from the bedroom and locked the door. Through the door, I could hear the creature repeatedly battering against it. Then I heard the front door open. Jiang was home from work. In the dark, she turned on her phone's flashlight. She immediately saw me staring tensely at the bedroom door. Why is the power out? What are you doing over there? The instant I saw Jiang, my taut nerves eased for a moment. There is some unidentified flying thing in the bedroom, and the power is out. My phone died, so I could not check the electrical panel. I could only wait here for you to come back. Did it scare you? I will check whether the breaker tripped. Just hold the light for me. I will check it. How can I let you handle something like this? In the darkness, I could not see her blushing cheeks, but in the faint moonlight, I saw Jiang nod. I reached up and flipped the tripped breaker back on. The whole apartment lit up at once. Jiang and I carefully entered the bedroom to look. The moment we looked up, we saw a bat hanging upside down from the ceiling light. Why do we not just call for help? That thing carries too many germs. She opened the window and released the little creature outside. A bat entering your home is a sign of good fortune. We should not harm it. Besides, if my colleagues saw me asking for help over this, who knows how much they would laugh at me tomorrow. Do not worry. I am used to handling situations like this. I will make dinner. Just disinfect the room. With that, Jiang turned and went into the kitchen to make the steaming bowls of noodles. Once they were ready, she saw that I had not touched mine. I already ate out tonight. I had barbecue with my high school friend, Guanji. Come to think of it, that young man you stopped yesterday for not wearing his seat belt was him. Jiang lowered her head and thought for a moment. It is fine. There will be plenty of chances to meet him later. By the way, before we got married, you suddenly suggested registering our marriage in the car. Was your reason really the same as mine? Did you simply not want to spend time dating? What else would it be? Did you think I had secretly loved you for years? No. I never thought that, big brother. Then what did you think? That single big brother made every hair on my body stand on end. I hurried to my feet and fled back to my room. For the entire week afterward, I was scheduled for night shifts. Every morning around 5 or 6, I dragged my exhausted body home after work. Just as Jiang, fully dressed and ready, was leaving for work. Our schedules perfectly missed each other. We lived in the same large house, yet rarely saw each other. Most days, we could only connect through the meals she left in the fridge and her handwritten notes. That was our only simple form of contact. Before I knew it, Friday arrived. Are you working another night shift tonight? Meanwhile, Jiang sat at her desk, looking miserable. Zhou Sheng, beside her, saw through her thoughts at once. She kept teasing her. Since our doctor, he is so busy. Why do you not just go see him? At 5 in the morning, after pulling an all-night shift, I was exhausted in body and mind. I walked out of the hospital. As I came down the steps, I found Jiang quietly waiting by the roadside. I quickly walked over. You were on patrol all night? I happened to be on assignment across the street, so I came by to pick you up. Give me your car keys. Lean back and rest in the car. The string of sleepless nights left me overwhelmed by exhaustion. Not long after getting in, I leaned against the seat and fell deeply asleep. Once the car pulled into our complex, we headed inside. I sleepily made my way toward the bedroom. Jiang gave me a quick wipe down, then lingered by my bedside for a long time before leaving. The next morning, when I woke up and threw back the covers, I immediately spotted a marshmallow on my bedside table. Beside it was an elegant box of strawberry cake. Jiang leaned against the bedroom door. I picked them up while passing a dessert shop. Yesterday, you kept mumbling about marshmallows in your sleep, so I bought one for you. Perfect timing. Let me feed you, big brother. Have a bite? Blushing, Jiang fed me a small piece of marshmallow. I smiled and stretched. It is rare to have a day off without work. Captain Jiang, what is on your schedule today? Let us go shopping. I want to pick up a few things for the house. But what I did not expect was, we had agreed to buy things for the house, but Jiang went on a shopping spree for me instead. From everyday jackets to casual shoes, we ended up carrying 7 or 8 shopping bags. I did not know whether to laugh or cry. I thought I was accompanying you shopping. Why did we end up buying clothes from me? When you moved in, your clothes were scattered all over the floor. You did not seem to have many, so I thought I would get you some extras, so you would have enough to wear every day. As we passed a luxury accessories store, I thought of how thoughtfully she had taken care of me these past days. I decided to choose a gift in return. I claimed I was thirsty and sent Jiang out to buy us drinks. Then I stayed behind to browse the accessories alone. In the end, I chose an understated black leather belt that would go with anything. After all, Jiang could not wear jewelry while on duty. Not long after, Jiang returned. I quickly hid the wrapped gift behind my back. After dinner, I hesitated for a long time, but eventually invited Jiang into my room. This is a gift in return. Jiang opened the gift box. Her fingertips gently brushed over the women's belt. You deliberately sent me out to buy milk tea earlier, just so you could sneak into the store and pick this out. You often wear a belt while on duty, so I thought this accessory would be practical. You can put it to good use. Jiang picked up the belt and held it around her waist to check the size. A-chen, do you know what it means when lovers give each other belts? I thought it was practical. Does it have some special meaning? A belt means binding two hearts together, keeping them tied to each other for a lifetime. I really did not know about that hidden meaning. It was just a simple gift. I did not mean anything else by it. Jiang let out a soft laugh. I am only teasing you. I really like the gift. We shopped all day. You must be tired too. Get some rest early. I have patrol duty, so I should go. After Jiang turned and left, I lay flat on my bed, my thoughts in turmoil. Ever since we were children, I had always seen her as my chubby little bean bun. But after spending day after day together, whenever we were close, my heart would race beyond my control. Could it be that, toward the childhood friend at my side every day, I had begun to feel something different? I wrestled with those thoughts until midnight. Then an emergency notice suddenly appeared in the hospital emergency group chat. A massive pileup had occurred on the suburban expressway. The hospital was flooded with critically injured patients. Medical staff were desperately short-handed. This is not